What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Dark Previews. We've got a 3-game slate of the WNBA. I've got 3 picks for you. I'm going to take you through that. That sounds interesting. Let's go.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice and the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.
Before we jump to the picks, quick shout out to Props Madness. Best tool you're going to find if you like betting on props. 7-day free trial, plus you'll get a juicy discount when you use the code DARF when you sign up. I'm also heavily reliant on projections. I get all my projections from RotoWire. You can check that out. I've got a link down below as well. Now, we've got a 3-game slate. I'm going to take you through one bet from each game. Then we're going to get the hell out of here. So hopefully we cash out today. Make no mistake, the WNBA has been extremely difficult for me. I know a few people are actually doing well, but for the most part, we're all struggling out here. These girls haven't been as reliable as we wanted them to be, but hopefully today's the day. Let's see. First game is Seattle Storm versus the Liberty. And for this particular game, I'm back in Brown and Stewart here, and I'm looking at her points and rebounds. Over 28.5 points and rebounds. I've already got this filtered to games without Jonquel Jones, and we can see that she's over this line in 5 out of 8 without Jonquel Jones in the lineup, averaging 28.9 points and rebounds. But the main reason why I like this play, looking at a bounce back spot here. Firstly, what I'm seeing here is her points. And you can see there's a bit of a pattern here. Every second game without Jonquel Jones, she goes up. So she goes up and down. So not consistent at all. Or consistently inconsistent. So based off these trends, we're going to see a bounce back night scoring. It's probably not an actual reason for it. But her last game against the LA Sparks, 7 for 18 for Breonna Jones. Not Breonna Jones. Wrong girl. Breonna Stewart. Let me take that back. Breonna Stewart, 7 from 18 in her last game against the Spark. 39% from the field. That's not going to cut it here. That's not good enough. She's got to be better, and I think she bounces back, shoots a better percentage today. Now, last time she versus Seattle Storm wasn't too long ago, about 2 weeks ago. She finished with 18 points in that game, only took 14 shots. The key call out here is that Sabrina Ionescu didn't play in that game. Breonna Stewart saw a lot of attention. If anything, she stepped up into a playmaking role. She had 7 assists in that last game, season high in her assists, I believe. But Sabrina's back, so I'm expecting Breonna Stewart to fall back into her scoring role. Naturally, she gets a lot more rebounds without Jonquel Jones anyway. So scoring and rebounding, that's what I've got on the menu for Breonna Stewart. I don't think we're going to see 7 assists today. Sabrina, Natasha Cloud, they can take care of all that shit. I'm looking for Breonna to score and score well. Now, the other thing I did in terms of research, and I did this for all the games, I looked at the stats from the last 2 weeks. And I looked at what teams gave up and what they're good at and all that type of bullshit. But I looked specifically at the last 2 weeks. I didn't look at the season starter because it hasn't been the most reliable thing because things keep changing throughout the season. But in this particular game, what stood out to me is that the Storm, they actually allow the most points, most rebounds to forwards over the last 2 weeks. They've been getting absolutely slammed by forwards. They've actually been pretty good at limiting the effectiveness of guards. So I considered the under on Sabrina, considered the under on Natasha Cloud, but why choose between them when they have a great scoring forward with a great matchup in a bounce back scenario? So love the bounce back here for Breonna Stewart. You can take the over in points. I'm taking the over in points and rebounds, because I also like it to have a big rebounding night. She had 9 rebounds against Seattle last time. So Breonna Stewart, over 28.5 points and rebounds. That's what I have in the first game. In the second game, we've got the Aces versus Connecticut Sun. Tina Charles may not play. 17-point spread. It's only growing. The Aces should absolutely punish Connecticut, and they did do that last time they played. 26-point blowout loss. But my bet here is on Chelsea Gray. I'm betting on the OG. Miss New Booty. Or it's Big Booty, some people like to call her. But I'm looking at over 9.5 rebounds and assists. Got this for plus money here for Chelsea Gray. Now, we only have a 41% hit rate on the season. Not the best, but recent form is okay. She's also in a bounce-back scenario. Last game against the Fever, the Aces got rolled. She only had 3 rebounds and 2 assists. I think the Aces will be better here. I think Chelsea Gray will be better as well. Good bounce-back spot. And the main play around this is her rebounds. So her rebound line is mega plus money. She's barely hit that all season, 4.5. But this matchup against Connecticut is absolutely fantastic. They allow the most rebounds to guards by a very long margin. They can't shoot for shit. They take a lot of threes. There's a lot of long rebounds happening. Chelsea Gray should step up and get some rebounds here. She did have 7 rebounds against Connecticut last time. That was still in a blowout loss. So even though there's likely a blowout in this game, I'm not overly concerned with it. But Chelsea Gray to get rebounds is the main look. If you look at her assists, line's at 4.5, heavily juiced to the over anyway. She had 6 assists last time against Connecticut. So whether she gets 5 points, 5 rebounds, I'm a happy chappy. If she absolutely dominates in both, I'll be good with that. But I like the matchup here, rolling with the OG Chelsea Gray over 9.5 rebounds and assists. And then in the last game, we've got the Chicago Sky versus the Minnesota Lynx. Now, not too many lines are available. The Lynx played the last game on the last slate, so the books haven't been so forthcoming in getting some lines to us. But in this one, this was pretty much an automatic one. I didn't overthink it. I'm betting on Ariel Atkins under 14.5 points. I bet on Ariel Atkins last time on an under. She managed to score 20 points against the Spark. I'm betting it again. I don't trust her to have 2 strong scoring games back-to-back, especially in a matchup like this against the Minnesota Lynx. The Lynx is the worst matchup in the world for these guards. Fewest points to guards, fewest 3-pointers made, best defensive rating, all her play types. They defended extremely well. Number 1 team defending above the break. They don't limit points in the pick and roll. They don't give up too many free throws. They limit transition points. It should be an absolute nightmare for Ariel Atkins. And at 14.5 points, I'm being brave here, taking the under. I know she scored 22 straight games, but yeah, I don't know if she can do it 3 times in a row against a great defense here up against the Minnesota Lynx. And now I do not understand the Minnesota Lynx just played. They are in a back-to-back spot. But believe it or not, teams on a back-to-back have actually been covering the spread more times than not. I did look into this. So not overly concerned with the blowout. I mean, not the blowout, the back-to-back. Minnesota didn't run their starters really heavy minutes anyway in their most recent game, and I think they'll take care of business tonight. I think the Chicago Sky, their only hope here is probably a big Angel Reese game. I think Ariel Atkins, I think they make life difficult for her today. So Ariel Atkins under 14.5 points. That's my third and final play. I'm not going to fuck around and drag this out any longer. I do wish you guys the absolute best. I ask that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. As much as it pains me to lose bets on the WNBA, the reality is I'm stubborn and I actually love the sport and I'm going to keep betting on it. I love the research process and things are going to turn, right? Things don't stay terrible forever. This pain that we go through, it's not guaranteed. Things will change. And I think there's going to be a benefit by the end of this season. If there isn't, you'll probably never bet on the WNBA again. But I'm very hopeful that things do change, things get better. Starting to see books open up more props, more players. It's always a good sign. And it was at this point in the season last year where things really took off for me. So I'm approaching the rest of the season with confidence. But as always, I know there's a few guys who just take the opposite of every bet that I give out. And for this WNBA season, it's been working. Don't change. Keep doing you. Hopefully things balance out by the end. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Everyone who watches, comments, likes, it does go a long way in helping me and growing this channel. But I wish you the best of luck. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.